Yeah, we will start with Strafe Esports if you'd like to ask the first question.
Thank you. Hi, guys. First of all, it was a great game between you and PRX. I'd like to say congratulations on the win. So, first question from me is that PRX picked you specifically for this matchup. How does it feel to beat them in the way that you did? This question is open for any of the players or the coach.
Honestly, it feels great. The first map we kind of just chalked it as like we're not warmed up, and and then we started picking it back up, and then our vibes are still great even after the first map, and then going to the second map, we knew we were starting to attack both games, and our attack was insane against them. We knew they struggled on defense, and they're really good on attack, so we just took that momentum. And it's again the revenge, the 2-year revenge. It feels great, especially everyone clowning and doubting us on Twitter. And yeah, just happy to be here.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you. We'll go next to Nerditude.
Hi guys, congratulations on this big win, beating one of the strongest teams in the tournament, especially the favorite to win the Masters. It's huge. My question is for anyone on the team who wants to respond. What was the key to your strategy to take them down?
I would say we kind of knew the pacing, how they were going to play. And so it came down to a lot of team play of how we're going to counter their pacing because we don't really face that often. Kind of a team that you know what's coming your way, but you got to be able to stop it. It's like, and that was a big focus for us in practice. Josh was prepping us pretty hard to be able to deal with such an aggressive team. Like, it's a different play style we have to play. And I would say the first map, like, we had a game plan, but we were messing up like small details that let them capitalize, and they're a great team, so they're going to be able to close out those rounds like easy if you give it to them. Going into the next two maps, like Jonah was talking about earlier, like starting attack, it lets our game plan like kind of flow a bit earlier because on defense being that aggressive, in my opinion, is pretty bad. Like it was easy to react against them, and so yeah, game plan felt really good going into it, and we just stuck to our roots.
Thank you so much and congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you. We'll go next to Pedro.
Hey guys, likewise, congrats on the victory. I got a question for Icy. I mean, looking at this series and how it transpired, you definitely took it into another level, especially on that third map, and it's an improvement from what we've been seeing out of you so far in this tournament. Um, well, question is just sort of how do you view your improvement so far as this tournament's just started, and also, what kind of went right for you in that third map and against PRX.
Throughout the entire series, I just felt like I was hitting my shots, and my IGL Valen was in flow state all series, felt like, or at least the last few maps. And sorry, but it just felt like when he's in flow state, it just allows for like all us other four players to, just capitalize off that and just play our own games. And I just felt like I was also in flow state, like kind of bouncing off of Valen and my other teammates. Just felt like we overall played great today, especially in the last few maps. And like for me, just felt like I was hitting my shots and I was also in flow state.
He's been this good.
Thank you. We'll go next to Grill News.
Okay.
Excuse
How do you
Yeah.
feel right now after this great victory? What were those moments that the team experienced during the game?
I thought, obviously, we feel elated, feel great about this win. It's a very much a team victory. We went through a roller coaster in the sense that we got dominated in map one. We felt like we had the right reads, but we couldn't execute in the 3v3s, 4v4s, and like we missed the clear or essentially capitalize off our mistakes. But the second half of that first map kind of proved to us like, hey, they're actually vulnerable. We can beat this team. We're getting some rounds back just to prove to ourselves like we can do this, right? So yeah, we didn't have enough rounds to play around with, and they were able to close out map one. But map two, everything started to click in place, like the team play, the communication, our strategy, all of it was good. And again, like what they said, everyone was in flow state. There wasn't real emotions really. We are just going through what we practiced, how we're reading the game, and it was just a closeout at the end. So yeah, it feels relieving that this kind of victory worked out for us.
Thank you.
During game one, uh, Paper X was up by a lot. What was the conversation like after that to achieve the mental reset?
Um, Kind of like basically what I said was like, hey guys, like it really, even the score was like very lopsided for them. It was mainly on us that gave them that score, and that's generally how this game works. Like you got to make a lot of mistakes for that score to happen. And so once we kind of cleaned up our team play, support each other, and make sure we're like all on the same page, we were able to execute the game plan and the vision that we wanted to play, and that dominated, and they couldn't stop us. So hence map 2 and 3.
Thank you. We'll go back to Pedro for the next question.
For many people, G2's victory over PRX was a statement win and just one that, disproved all of the doubters that surrounded this team and how this series will play out. For you, Valen, how would you kind of look at G2's form after going through a series like this?
To be honest, I'm biased because I'm the IGL, but I've always known we were a capable team of doing this. Like, it's not really shocking to me, or it's not like a proving game or a statement victory, at least for myself. Maybe for the outside people, it's like, oh, G2's insane. But all my guys around me, we know that we this is something that we can do on the regular. Um, it does feel nice to, I guess, gain that respect from people that were good, but I don't mind. Like, if we're the underdogs, if you want to pick us first, whatever, we're trash. Like, keep that, and we'll just keep doing our thing game by game. I think what helps us throughout these matches is our coaching staff like prepping us a lot, because you go through different play styles and different pacing versus like these different teams internationally, and Shaq or Peter and Josh, they prep us really well for these kind of teams. And so when we throw in a mix of good preparation from them plus good players and just doing our own thing, it's a nice mix to be able to compete against anyone, right? Including Paper X today. So felt nice, kind of like proving to ourselves.
Thank you. We'll go next to Strafe Esports.
Hi. Again, this question is for all of the players and the coach. So your next match will be against either EDG or Team Heretics. So would uh, do you have any preference on either of these teams who you want to play, and also do you have any expectations for the upcoming matchup?
I don't think we care who we play. I think we'll be very confident no matter who wins this matchup. And yeah, that's pretty much it. We're going to be confident. So that's it.
If you do play EDG, you'll be playing against a home team on a home crowd. So do you think there's a significant advantage that they would have in a home crowd, or do you think it doesn't matter at all?
I don't think the home crowd will give them any advantage. I think it'll be pretty easy match for us.
I think it buffs us too. Like when we feel energy in the crowd, when we feel it gets us hyped and keeps us dialed in, it's so fun. So I'm down to play EDG. People are gonna get rowdy. It's the most fun games.
See a couple of you kind of watching the match that's going on right now. Any thoughts on what you're seeing?
What are you guys seeing?
I'm watching Heretics
I can't even see anything.
destroy them. It's about to be
I can
4-0.
barely
Wait,
tell.
About to be
no, it's about to be 4-0.
4-0.
We have to be.
Not too sure, EDG.
I mean, it's Heretics pick, so it's whatever. We got almost 13-0 today. We won the first round, and we're like, thank God we didn't get 13-0. So anything's possible in this game.
Nice. We'll go back to Nerditude for the next question.
Thank you so much. My question is for Icy. Icy, is your first master. You are facing one of the strongest teams in the world. I saw you a bit frustrated during the split, and you ended up as the match MVP. How do you feel about that?
For me, like going to this game, like obviously we had a rough start, but I think especially like the last half of split kind of like, just like kept me confident. Going to this game, I'm just like treating it as any other game. So just, went in confident, and like I realized like they have a lot of flaws in their play style, like the way we were playing our attack rounds. So it just felt like I was able to go out there, just be myself, and do what I do in scrims.
Thank you so much.
And we'll give the last question to Pedro Romero.
This question goes to Josh. It was mentioned a little bit during the press conference about how you prepared this match against PRX. I understand that you don't want to reveal too much, but still, in terms that you can reveal, what were some of the biggest aspects that you were looking at within this PRX team ahead of this match that kind of set the stage for you guys to come out with the W?
I think it's no secret that one of the keys to victory against, or keys to like beat Paper X, is to control their aggression. You know they're gonna be an aggressive team. You got to be able to stop it, and you got to understand what their pacing is like. So a lot of this week is just understanding, identifying, like, and figuring out like what are good plans to beat that kind of team. We weren't able to put that together in map 1, but map 2 and 3, we executed well.
G2, thank you so much for taking the time to speak with us today.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.